Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk with some pretty insane video to show you. This out of the Youngstown area. There was a chase that began in Pennsylvania, made its way into the state of Ohio with a guy in a U-Haul with a bunch of stolen tires in it. I'm going to show you the mugshot of the person that police say is responsible, if I can find the video, and I can. This is the person that police say is responsible, Scott Pelton, 27 of Leavittsburg. Police say that he was driving a truck and was arrested at about 6:55. This was yesterday after a U-Haul chase started in Pennsylvania, went across state lines. This was an insane situation here. He is charged in Youngstown with 2 counts of felonious assault, a second-degree felony, and a first-degree misdemeanor charge of criminal damaging. I want to show you what the aftermath of this looked like because it's pretty insane, kind of the damage that was left as a result of this. He's potentially facing additional charges. He had 30 to 60 tires in the back of his truck. Reports say that anyone who was transported more than 10 tires in the city without a license is subject to a felony charge. In Pennsylvania, he's facing charges of fleeing and eluding, a third-degree felony, 2 misdemeanor counts of operation of a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and recklessly endangering another person and reckless driving. Pelton allegedly rear-ended another car, refused to stop, then plowed his U-Haul through a group of a bunch of cars, then ultimately was chased down, and that's when officially it ended. He will be extradited back into Pennsylvania, but he's expected to have hearings in the next couple of days. But this has been a wild scene. Now, there's a reason why I'm waiting to show you this crash, because the video is very quick. It is only 15 seconds, but oh, is it worth seeing. It is an insane video here, very intense to watch. You will see the 14 injured essentially in one swoop here. Let's play this for you now. All right, so this comes from the dash cam. Again, police were chasing, and watch what happens. Now, the U-Haul continued on after this. We're going to keep showing this a couple of more times here. The U-Haul rear-ended a bunch of vehicles, hit a bunch of vehicles there, as you can see, and then just kept on going. Eventually, it did crash into a utility pole and then stopped, and that's when Pelton was arrested. But this crash is, I mean, insane. And honestly, when you think about it, 14 people being arrested, or hurt in this, excuse me, seems low considering that. And this is the damage that is a result of it. As you can see there, a bunch of cars obviously tossed to the side of the road. That U-Haul, again, continued on, but then crashed into a utility pole, as you can see right there. That's when they finally came to arrest with believed to be stolen tires in it. Again, let's show this video a bunch more times here. This video is absolutely wild. And you can see just how fast and hard that U-Haul comes through. But again, it continues on. So it was evading police. He was evading police in Pennsylvania, entered his way into Ohio, continued that, and then the U-Haul drove in the middle of traffic. That's a wide U-Haul. I mean, that is a big truck there, and just barrels his way through to unsuspecting people who are just waiting in traffic. Keep showing you this as we continue to break that down. But Scott Pelton, again, 27 of Leavittsburg. Police say he was driving it. Started in Pulaski Township, Pennsylvania. Unsure of the exact pronunciation, I apologize. And then has been charged in Youngstown because, again, went from Pennsylvania into Ohio. 2 counts of felonious assault, a second-degree felony, a first-degree misdemeanor charge of criminal damaging. Also potentially faces charges of because he had the 30 to 60 tires in there. In Pennsylvania, facing fleeing and eluding, that's a third-degree felony, and 2 misdemeanor counts of operation of a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and recklessly endangering another person, and reckless driving. They're throwing the book at this guy, and you absolutely can see why by this video. I'm going to keep showing it to you here as you see that U-Haul careening through those cars. And again, it continued on, ultimately coming to arrest once it hit a utility pole, and this is the aftermath. You'll see here the cars that are on the side of the road after being hit. You'll see it cut to the U-Haul having hit the utility pole, and some of the other trucks and cars that were wrecked as a result of it. Now, initially, this started because a U-Haul rear-ended another vehicle in Pulaski. Again, this is in Pennsylvania. After the accident, the U-Haul did not stop, left the scene. The person that he hit followed the U-Haul, called police. Police ended up catching up to the U-Haul, and the U-Haul basically took off again, nearly hitting an officer and a patrol car. Then, the U-Haul struck a building, which was Myhavik Feed and Supply. That caused significant damage, they say. The driver ignored commands to exit the truck, continued on, and then ultimately ran into those people and the utility pole before finally this ended. You can kind of see the tires in the back there, but 30 to 60 tires in the back of the truck. Let's show you that video again. This video just absolutely horrifying. Cannot imagine what it must have been like to be any of those people. I mean, that is just a very fast battering ram basically heading toward you. An awful scene there. Unsure about the conditions as of right now. Again, we do know 14 were injured. We have not been updated as to specific injuries. Among the people that were hurt in this, 2 juveniles. They were in a church van, and the driver of the van as well. You saw that van in the destruction kind of it, and you actually see it get tossed to the right-hand side of your screen. Yeah, there were two kids in that van. It was a church van, and then the driver was in there as well. A horrible situation, but an insane video to look at. Just really horrifying for everybody that was involved in there. Again, Scott Pelton, 27 years old, you'll see right here, has been charged for this. Multiple charges as a result of this chase. And that video showing the beginning of that, and then ultimately the aftermath here. Again, that van was transporting 2 kids and a driver that was in a church van at the time. Horrific situation for so many. This is something we are obviously going to be showing you more and continuing on with over here at 19 News, and to give you more angles on. But want to show you the video one more time of that crash. Again, that U-Haul carrying 30 to 60 tires, driver believed to be intoxicated, leading to an arrest, crashing into a utility pole following that crash. But starting in Pennsylvania, ending in Ohio, 14 people injured, 2 of them juveniles, in a church van with the driver. A horrific scene there. 7 vehicles hit. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I'm forgetting here. Yeah, that's at least all that I got there. But Pelton would not get out of the car, basically, for a while, and then ultimately got out and was arrested, thankfully, and off the streets. All right, we're going to be covering this and more stories of the day tonight on 19 News. Our 6 o'clock newscast is continuing for the next 14 minutes or so we can see you over there. But, of course, you want any updates on any stories of the day, you head over to us at cleveland19.com. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson with 19 News. Have a great day and a great night and a great weekend.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV.